Hey everybody, I'm here with the author, and today we're going to do a reaction to episode 7, The Man by the Trees. Let's get started. Okay, episode 7 starts with this beautiful shot of the vineyard covered in early morning fog. And it's so fitting because it's another day for this family where things are not clear. We have Emily standing at her window. She's not really doing anything. She's just sort of staring out. And we know she's thinking about the woods and the man she saw. Arms are crossed. She's ready to fight. Maybe she feels guilty that she can't help around the house, but it's early. So maybe she's just tired. And then we hear this lovely sound design by our sound designer when we cut to Lily downstairs. The scene is cozy, nice warm lighting. Lily has her feet up. She's sipping her coffee, but Emily has this unsettled feeling. She can't relax, so she goes to check on her sister. Now Lily has this line, "You look like you've seen a ghost." And I love this line because, first of all, it's literally true. She has seen the ghost in the woods, but also their father is a ghost. Like, he's not actually present in their lives. So it's just a good line that works on multiple levels. But I do like the idea that Lily is aware of what Emily saw. But let's talk about that later. I'll come back to that. Anyway, Emily's still kind of shut down. So she just pours herself a coffee and continues to stare out the window. Then Lily says, "You haven't touched your coffee. Did you sleep at all?" This is probably the only moment in the whole series where Lily is actually nicer to Emily than their mother would be. Their mother would be much more cutting and passive-aggressive. So I like that Lily is looking out for her sister. Now, does anyone else notice that Lily's hair is wet? So she's wearing a tank top and her hair is wet. You'd think she would have put on a hoodie or something because it's chilly outside. I don't know if this is a mistake or if there's some other reason for this. Also, I just want to point out that one of our crew members, he thought it was hilarious to pour water on Lily's hair right before we filmed this scene. He's messing with us. Anyway, getting back on track. Lily puts her mug down and then she says, "You've seen him too." So she's confirming what she thinks Emily saw, which is really interesting, but Emily doesn't know that Lily knows. So she acts surprised. And this is where we learn that Lily has seen the man in the woods too. I actually intended this to be a plot point that unfolded a little bit later in the season, but it makes sense that Lily would have seen him too. After all, she's out walking the dogs every day. Now, we've got this nice little beat where Lily explains what she saw and Emily listens. Now, if you're wondering, yes, that is a crew member in the background pretending to be a dog. This is our film set, and so we always have to be resourceful. So sometimes we use ourselves to stand in for certain elements. This is one of those cases, and don't worry, the dogs will be back. They're not dead. Don't worry. Anyway, moving on. So after Lily leaves, Emily walks out to join Ethan in the vineyard. The mood is somber. It's a sad, reflective moment. Now, the thing about shooting outside scenes like this is that sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. On this particular day, it was freezing cold. So I asked our cinematographer to make sure that we used lots of layers and blankets to keep our actors warm. Our cinematographer did a great job, but even with all these precautions, you can tell that Ethan and Emily are suffering in the cold. But I think that actually made them both focus more, and it resulted in a pretty powerful scene. Ethan's working hard and Emily's sort of hanging back. She's quiet. And then finally, she asks him a question about the woods. This is the big question that we've been waiting for. And she specifically asks about Claire because we know that Claire had a connection to the woods. So it makes sense that she would ask this question. Now, in a way, this conversation is a callback to episode 1. When we first meet Ethan, he's pruning the vines and he says that each vine needs to be treated differently, that no two are alike. And he's applying this philosophy to his relationship with Claire, that the person he loved was gone and a new person had replaced her. Well, now he's talking about the woods, and he admits that the woods are different for each person. And we're realizing that he's treating his relationships like the vines. He's trying to give each of them the care they need to thrive. Ethan tells her that Claire used to come out here and he loved the woods. And he even tells her about the shack where Claire spent a lot of time. In fact, when Claire died, he went out looking for her in the woods. He thought she might have gone out there to take her own life. So this sheds some more light on what happened with Claire and why Ethan is still so obsessed with her. The camera movement here is interesting. We start with this wide shot of Emily and Ethan. They're fairly close, but we can't see the expressions on their faces. Then we get a medium shot and we see that they're even closer. We can see the emotions on their faces. And then the camera closes in even more until we read an extreme close-up on Emily S. eyes. This is the closest we've ever been to her. We've seen her face several times before, but this is the first time that we've really connected with her. We've looked into her eyes. She's vulnerable. She's scared. She's not sure what to do. That night, while Emily is alone in her room, we learn that she took a photo of the man in the woods. I think this is the right choice for her character. At this point, she's still hopeful. She wants to believe that there's a rational explanation for what she's seeing, so she takes a photo. And just like the last time, the moment she snaps the photo, the man disappears. Now, on set, we were trying to figure out how to capture the idea that the man vanishes. And then we realized that if we just stopped filming when Amelia took the photo, it would have the same effect. So that's what we did. Now, this is such a key moment in the story. This is the first time we see Emily break. It's one thing to see a ghost once or twice, but when she sees him a third time and he is closer and he's still there after she snaps the photo, that's when everything changes. Now, some people have been asking me, why doesn't Emily tell Ethan what she saw? Why doesn't she tell her mother? Well, I think Emily's in denial. She doesn't want to admit what she's seeing because she's afraid. She's afraid that if she tells anyone, they won't believe her. And she's afraid they'll think she's crazy. We end the episode with this lingering shot of the man in the trees. He seems closer now. He's moved out of the woods. Is he watching the house? Is he watching Emily? To be continued. Now I want to thank all of you for watching and supporting our show. If you're interested in being part of our community, go ahead and follow us. And if you want to watch our next episode, please click on the link below. Thank you. Bye.